And we're back with a hot take, I guess. The hottest take of the year so far.
Takes.
With the launch of the Suicide Squad, we heard that their launch numbers were not that great. And so I've held myself back from watching reviews. A lot of people have been hating this game, and I'm like, let me just get through it to see what I think, and we have talked about it now. I try to give a good overview impression, not trying to be as objective as possible on what's out there and what they have to deliver. But because of the numbers, I feel like this game is not going to survive. And we can dive into some of the facts that are out there that might lead us to believe that this game might fall the way of the Avengers.
Okay.
So when the game first launched, it had 13.5 at its peak. Actually, that is just the peak, and it's slowly been going down. Now, that's just Steam, so maybe Xbox and PlayStation have better numbers. So you could probably triple, maybe quadruple this. But given this, plus other games that I haven't heard of, which we'll talk about, which I actually bought, which is the Grand Blue, somehow have the peak of 114,000. So I felt like that was just a little impressive. Can't believe that this game, even though we have, people have been talking about this game since it's been announced, people were already getting, jumping over the ship because it was going to be a live service.
Yeah.
And people don't like that. And I understand. But I didn't think it would have that kind of reception from the get-go. I didn't realize, or I don't remember having been keeping up with the whole development, but this taking 9 years to make. I feel like there are things that definitely I want.
Starfield?
Yes. Not as bad as Starfield.
That was 25 years in making.
There you go.
All right. That's just that's a whole other... No. And I also found out recently that the co-founders of Rocksteady left at the end of 2022.
Okay.
And I couldn't believe that. I was like, why would they leave at this point in time? And we've seen that. We've talked about this. Mass Effect and Drama, they went through production hell with people leaving, like people from that studio, like the founders leaving, getting new people on board to helm the project, and then they would leave, and it was just like this cycle of in and out, in and out. And this game got delayed several times, so I feel like if we have to go off of things that have happened with other games, that it's potential that the founders left because of where this game was going, because all their past games that they've made have been amazing single player experiences, very in depth. Combat, like the combat that has created other games that would copy that combat.
Go ahead.
And so for them to leave and experiencing this combat, thinking, or me feeling that, there's a lot that was kind of left out. And as this is just a theory of mine, after they left, I feel like Warner Brothers wanted to go in and try to monetize this game in a way that they can make more money. And that brings me to what an exec for WB had stated. That so this is a quote from an article. A Warner Brothers executive reveals that the company plans to turn its most important franchises into live services, supporting them for longer periods. I believe that was 2023. So when we've seen live services over, the past 10 years, and how many have actually been successful, like Destiny, Fortnite, like those live services have actually been like the gold standard for what people are trying to live up to, what corporations are trying to find a way in so they can make all this money. And I feel like when we see certain studios like BioWare make Anthem, try to make a live service, it doesn't end well. Like it just doesn't end well, especially when their focus, or like the games that people love them for, are single player games. It always ends bad. And I feel like we're getting to this point right now, even though the story, in my opinion, in Suicide Squad, for the most part, is pretty good. It was tailored to make a live service game. And yeah, I just don't think it's going to be successful, especially with the numbers. Like, the numbers are falling off. I think if it goes free to play on PlayStation or the price drops, I think you're going to see like a small increase, because it's just easier to get into something like that. But yeah, and I don't think it was worth $80 when I bought it. With the skins and the guns that you start off with, like it wasn't worth it.
How much do you think it should have been?
It probably should have been like at least 30.
So it took.
Well, it was at least 30.
Was it? I thought it was 60.
Well, yeah, it was at least 30.
Okay, the most 30.
So
There we go.
oh, that's a lot to take in. The co-founders leaving
Yes.
at the end of 2022.
They started their own studio, by the way, which is the game that you're looking forward to. That was with Matthew McConaughey.
Oh yeah,
They're
no
actually
way.
they're creating that,
Nice.
or they did. That's their game.
There you go.
Isn't that a live service game, right?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Oh, we had an argument about that one.
Well, now I'm excited because
Yeah.
we've seen what they've done before.
Oh yeah, we've seen what they've done before.
I'm looking forward to that.
But you think that's a red flag? Why exactly? Because it took the game 9 years to make, so they had some kind of dealing with it.
yes, you're right. I think their imprint is definitely on the game.
Okay.
Like we see, like it is a rock steady game.
Yeah.
But them leaving, I feel like why leave if they thought this game was going to be successful? Because
I don't know.
we've seen these.
It's two people. It's two people leaving.
Yeah.
They either fucking
the
wanted
co-founders.
to just move on to better pastures or whatever. I don't think it was because of this game. My own opinion. And
Sure.
then 9
It might
years,
not be.
9 years to make a game. I mean, how many? Starfield took 25 years,
and it was shit.
and it was fucking garbage. This took 9 years,
yeah,
and it's not garbage. It's still a good. It's still a fundamentally a good game. You still can play it. You still can do shit. You still can have fun with it. It's just the live service aspect is shitty, right?
yeah.
So
I give it props for at least being playable on launch.
yeah, it's playable
Outside of you couldn't play for the first 12 hours for
for
the
deluxe
early
edition.
the early
Yeah.
release. That kind of sucks.
Yeah,
But I mean, I guess shit happens. So
yeah. Okay.
it's a live service game. It's always online. That's probably going to happen.
And
most
then
of the time.
comparing it to Anthem, I feel like my own opinion. I think, I mean, I loved Anthem back in the day, right when it first launched. I enjoyed the fuck out of it. But to me, Anthem didn't have a story. They didn't have fucking anything going for them. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it was fun gameplay, but that's all they had.
That's all I had. Yeah.
So with them, with their in-game content, like Brett was saying in our review, is like they gave us a reason to keep playing. I mean, the carrot on the stick's not there yet, but there's a reasoning behind replaying the game over and over again to be a live service, because we still have 12 other Brainiacs to defeat. So there's a reasoning behind playing the game. You know, it goes along with the story.
So do we need more live service games? I mean, we've talked about it before.
Oh, we talk about that like crazy,
Yeah.
but look
Oh,
at
yeah.
Helldivers too.
I think they're doing it right.
They're doing it right.
They're doing it right.
And I mean,
I appreciate
you can
that.
say that Suicide Squad is still doing the same thing. I mean, you don't have to purchase anything.
That's true.
It's
That's
all
true.
cosmetic shit at the end of the day with Suicide Squad.
They aren't pushing you to buy that stuff. Like,
No, I
it's just a
fucking
store.
forget about
It's
it.
a store that's there. You can tab
But
over to it,
Yeah.
which is nice. Unlike other live service games before, where they
Yeah.
just keep hounding you to like, oh, just check
I think
this out. Come by.
I think
spend more
Suicide
money.
Squad shouldn't have been a live service at all. I think it should have just been a co-op experience, and we buy the DLC to keep
I
going
agree.
with that experience.
Yeah, that'd be
that's
awesome.
my own opinion on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
I think if they stuck with that thing, but I think what fucked them in the end was that screenshot of them having a battle pass and people lost their shit. So they took away the gear score. They took away, well, there's supposed to be a battle pass. They took away all that fucking bullshit, and now they're left with what they have because it's too late now. Because, I mean, they dropped, that fucking trailer for Suicide Squad at the PlayStation Play 2 years ago, right?
I don't remember.
Somewhere
Something
in
like
there. On the state of play, and like it was this big reveal, and then the battle pass dropped saying, "Oh, that screenshot of the battle pass," and people lost their shit. It's kind of a little too late now, and they pushed the game back. The game's already made,
Yeah.
so I guess we need to take out the gear score and take out the battle pass. To be honest, the consumer ruined it by doing what they did.
I was gonna say that's gonna be my point to this, is that I don't think Suicide Squad the game was dead on arrival because the game is bad. I think the game is dead on arrival. Potentially, it could be dead on arrival because the community kind of killed it before it even
Community
came
killed
out.
it before it came out.
And it's like they made us. We all made assumptions. We all assumed it would be bad. We had negative intent towards it with all the stuff that we were shared and shown and whatever. So I think when people jumped into it, they already had this mindset like, oh, this game's gonna be shit, and they played in there. They found things they didn't like, and it's like, and when I first started, I was like, okay, there's some stuff here, but when I played it objectively, and like I really enjoyed a lot of the things I was experiencing. But I think a lot of other players weren't really feeling that because what everybody really wants here is they wanted another Arkham game.
Yeah.
And they didn't get the other Arkham game. And that's why, probably a lot of why they're pissed off. Plus, the live service definitely is affecting that because, again, they want they want them to do the same thing they've been doing. But you can't continue to do the same thing over and over again. You got to change it up a little bit. And is live service the right direction? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe, like you said, it's like do we need another live service game? Probably not, because there's so many of them out there. There's only so many that we can play comfortably. And I think Helldivers is an example of it's another live service game, but it's not, I wouldn't put it in the same vein as like a Fortnite in that it's you're not dropping the same map over and over and over again to like fight off stuff. It feels different enough, and there's not, the live service isn't the key part of it. The key part of it is that co-op experience with your friends, I think, which is really important. It's like Fortnite, the first thing they want you to do is just like, there's a freaking shit ton of skins and shop upgrades that come in that they like inundate you with that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's a free to play game, so I get it. They're supposed to do that. But with this game, like, they're not hitting us over the head with that stuff. And the fact that they did integrate the live service component to the story to make it like there was proof here that they tried to do something different, and I think they succeeded at that. But I feel like the players are going to basically kill what could be a good thing. Which
well,
sucks.
you said it was a negative thing, but I feel like because of what players want, like they don't want this. They want a single player game. And I think, a lot of them probably want another Batman game, but just give us another single player game. Like, you play Arkham Knight. That game is phenomenal, what you need to play. Like, I could go back and play it right now and enjoy every single second of it.
Yeah.
Because just how well done it was and all the details and things. And we've seen before, I don't have the specific examples where it comes to find out that there's content that was either removed, they get to pay for, or just content removed to put into seasons, where you could have had a full-fledged game and you feel like, man, there's just something missing or the campaign was too short. And it's like, oh, they just want to make more money off of you by pulling things out and putting it someplace else and be like, oh, you have to pay for this. Just like Fallout 76, which is the worst example of this. You need more storage. Well, you have to pay the monthly subscription or buy this new storage box to put into your base. Stuff like that. And so I felt like there are parts of the story that kind of suck. And I think a lot more could have been done if it was just a single player story. So focused on a beginning, middle, end, and now we're focused on how are we going to continue this campaign.
So I've said this before with Suicide Squad, and I'm going to stick with it. I don't feel like it's a live service game. I feel like it's more like Borderlands style game, where the main goal is to get better guns and go in there and do missions and have fun with my friends.
It's a looter shooter, but it's not a live service. What you're saying. Yeah.
I think if they stuck with that kind of route and how I'm feeling the game, how it is, I felt like it should be.
Yeah,
I think they would be super successful with it. If they just stuck with, hey, it's just a game. You're going in here in this open world and you're fucking exploring, doing missions, and you're just getting better fucking guns. It doesn't even feel like a full looter shooter because, like you said, whenever we reviewed it, we got guns that we were used to, and they were fucking rocking guns the whole time, and we haven't swapped them out.
Yeah.
Here and there, we did a little adjustments, and every once in a while, we'll get a better gun, but it's not constant like Borderlands was.
Yeah. That's too much.
By way too much. The percentage is off by like a couple of it, you know. But like, I feel like if they would have went in there with that kind of attitude instead of making it a live service, because that's what companies are seeing now. Because example is Fortnite. They want another Fortnite because they're making a shit ton of money. So you can't blame these companies for attempting to do this. I'm happy that Rocksteady dove into this thinking, hey, we want to make something different. And I think compared to a single player adventure to this was a huge jump for them. And I think they did a fucking phenomenal job making a third-person shooter that I actually enjoy playing with a great storyline. And that's why I don't think personally it's dead on arrival. I wish it wasn't connected to the Arkham universe, but it is. That disappoints me, and I feel like it disappoints a lot of the fans.
Yeah.
Because Arkham Knight fucking shit jumped up after this game came out.
Yeah.
Like, their stats just went up like crazy because you have true dedicated fans that jumped into this, just like me, because I want to replay it. After reliving these moments, I'm like, fuck. I don't want to play Arkham Knight again because that was such a good game.
Yeah.
You know? And people gave shit to that game way back in the day. They're like, oh, you use the Batmobile.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
Oh, so sad. Fuck off. You know, it's a great game. And then, like, I miss Kevin Conroy so much.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The ending of the game, they gave that tribute for Kevin
That was
Conroy.
nice.
That was great.
And it was a, like, it showed him in the Arkham well, not him, not Kevin Conroy, but it showed the Arkham Batman up on top of a tower with lightning shooting behind him. It reminded me back of the animated series, and that's why they did it. And they gave that quote that he gave way back in the day. It was just phenomenal.
I
And
almost teared up in that moment.
oh,
Not
I
gonna lie.
did. I
Straight
fucking
up,
teared
yeah.
up twice because I played it with you and relived it. And I was just like, fuck, man. So, but beyond that, I think them doing this, they should have looked at it as not a live service game, but as like how Borderlands did it. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, I think an expansion pack route would have been like the way to go, but it's just few people are doing that anymore, and it sucks. It's
yeah,
like
it sucks.
I like that. I love like I love with Borderlands. Looking forward to like the next big drop. Borderlands 3 failed at that. You know, they didn't do a good job with like bringing enough of that out. And I'm like, I want those. I want a Tiny Tina's expansion that became a full game. No, I don't want it to be a full game like that, but I want that same kind of approach where it's like, give me story content drops that are like important and memorable and
Yeah.
Nothing
know,
live service.
none of this Diablo 4 bullshit where you get all these little seasonal updates that are just like
Yeah.
stupid, and we're finally getting expansion 2 years after the game comes out. It's like playing that out. I miss the day. Like I don't know why we don't do that more. Probably because you don't make as much money on it. But
You
like,
don't.
Battlefield used to do that with the map packs, and that was so
Yep.
awesome with the premium pass and like, which I mean, they've done a good job I think overall with their content releases, but it's just crazy to me that like this is the new norm and there's alternatives that still can produce a lot of cash.
Yeah.
And they just don't approach it that way because everybody wants to just, I mean, like you said, like everyone wants to have a live service, and Warner Brothers doesn't have one right now. They even try to make Mortal Kombat a live service.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck. That was the one before this one too. It was pretty much a live service because you can go online and you can fight and you get like
But you get
rewards and stuff.
Oh, rewards and
Yeah.
stuff. I still don't understand the live service
Yeah, no,
aspect.
I know.
I get it, but then I don't. And then I think this is what confused me the most about it because to me, it still doesn't feel like a live service game.
The definition
Well, I think
technically
they
of a
really
live
had to pull it
service.
back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because the consumer saw what they saw and they got fucking pissed about it. So they
Yeah.
pulled a lot of it back. And you can tell. That's what's unfortunate. You can really tell. So, to be honest, the more I think about it, if they went with like the Borderlands aspect, a looter shooter, and you just play and you just have fun, because the gameplay's there. Y'all have to admit, the gameplay is there. It's fun, it's addicting, and like, I enjoyed that aspect of it.
And the game is very polished. I mean, it's way less buggy than Avengers was at launch.
Oh,
my
yeah,
God, Avengers
definitely.
was so fucking buggy. But like, it's a good game, but I think everyone's has like a super bad taste in their mouth from the leak and then from also IGN spending the fucking whole Flash battle pisses me off still. And then them excited about the Riddler missions. Fuck you, IGN. God damn you idiots.
Well, I'm impressed that they actually gave a bad review to this in general because I feel like they don't give a lot of bad reviews, but I feel like this has been like a new trend.
Well, because they knew
With,
it was honestly clickbait.
Yeah.
They knew that people would
100%.
react to it that way,
100%.
and that's what they were going for. That wasn't an honest opinion.
Wait,
That was they knew that everybody, like I told you at the beginning, like the audience was ready to shit on this game when it came out.
Yep.
So they latched on to vulnerable people who are ready to like hound this game, and that's they were playing to their audience.
find vulnerable people.
People that will do whatever. They're bandwagon followers. Like that's what most of these gamers are. It's like they find a bandwagon thing to jump onto and they just like run at it. It's like what I was telling you about with the guy that you sent us the video of. It's like it's the bandwagon effect. It's like you got a bunch of they're sheep. At the end of the day, they're all sheep that are just following the same kind of idea because this person says it. They follow through that same idea, and they're not doing their own research and due diligence to put their own opinion into it. They're doing an opinion of what other people think or tell them around in their circle what they say you should be doing or should be, thinking and stuff like that.
Influencing them.
Yeah, influencing them, exactly. And I think that's what IGN's review drop was basically like that. And I think it was a bad review. It's like people gave, what's his name? The guy that reviewed Alan Wake 2, they gave him shit because he came out and reviewed Alan Wake with I think he gave it a 7 out of 10.
That's not bad.
But people give him shit because it's like, this is the best game. And he's like, I'm not going to give you a review that I don't think is truthful. I'm going to give you an honest review. And in my opinion, I don't think Alan Wake is a good game. I mean, not me, but that's what he said.
Yeah.
And I appreciated that. I was like, bro, you're crazy. But at the same time, I was like, I appreciate that he did that.
Yeah.
But in this case, I think IGN's reaction was because IGN's been giving 10s to a bunch of bullshit for years. And it's just like.
Didn't they give
now,
10 to Diablo 4 for the multiplayer experience?
Probably.
Yeah, I think
that's
so.
what I'm saying. Like, what the fuck?
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, IGN says one thing, and everyone else is like, "No, you're completely wrong."
Yeah.
And for the first time, outside of I forget the guy's name. I think he's at IGN. People are like, "We actually agree with you," which is a change. So I'm like, "Well, that's different." If IGN is shitting on your game, there's got to be a problem with that. I don't think they're doing it just for clickbaity stuff.
No, they shitted on it.
They usually don't. They hate the fans. You listen to people talk about fans and how fans are toxic and they don't enjoy anything, and it's just like, okay, well, obviously people are leaning one way, and maybe we should find out and see. Obviously everything that the fans say aren't right, but let's listen to the points that might be right. And IGN usually doesn't even do that. They're just like, oh, there's toxic fandom. It's not listening to those people. What we say is right is a general overview of what I hear.
No, fuck IGN. They said the Flash battle was fucking hard. That was the easiest boss battle I have ever done in my fucking life. Oh, we don't know where he's at. It's still Flash. He's so fast. Why is he so fast? Oh, he's down. Get him. Fuck you, dude.
Well, I'm not defending them. I'm just saying if I didn't have you there, I might have had a hard time at the beginning of it because it was you telling us what we need to do. And at first, I was very confused about everything.
But still,
I don't know.
Even playing it by myself, I'm not a very highly intelligent person. I don't know if you can't tell that or not. But me playing it by myself, it took me 2 minutes to figure it out. I was just like, oh, that's what I got to do. And then I beat the guy.
All the other bosses weren't even that complicated to beat anyway.
Yeah, no, they weren't.
So if it's anything like the other ones, I think just having the tornadoes and having to run around things probably is a little more.
Yeah.
More than you had to do with the other ones, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's crazy.
That's just my opinion. I feel like I see what you're saying, Brett, about sheep and stuff, but I do feel like when I watch videos like that, okay, what kind of evidence do you have to back it up? And some of it is opinion.
Yeah.
Some videos, a lot of it is opinion. But then they actually, some of the videos I sent y'all had a lot of here's some higher up saying certain things and then putting together
there's
tweets
great points in there for
I was
sure.
like, oh shit. I mean, I feel like that's what people are seeing. And when I see videos like that, I'm like, yeah, you bring up good points. Now let me see what I can apply to other areas that could be potentially be similar. And so, yeah. Anyway, to wrap all this up, outside of your opinions and my opinions, I think the abysmal numbers on launch just spell doom for this game going forward. Maybe there'll be a rise in games, but I think this is why it's already dead on arrival. No matter if we think that it's a good story and has good gameplay, it's just no one's playing it.
I'm playing it.
Yeah.
Majority of gamers are not
It is
playing
true,
it.
yeah.
And it is crazy to see this because I did not think this would be possible for this game. Even we were
just like Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For Rocksteady, for Suicide Squad. I mean, we've seen plenty of games get bad press in the past.
Yeah.
And they still pretty successful, And I'm just like, and usually not until later when people have bought the game and played it. To see this happen is literally might be once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
Because I can't think of any other game this has happened to.
No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
And it has, Rocksteady.
And look at No Man's Sky now.
Okay, yeah, true.
There's multiple games this has happened. Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everyone bought both of these games and then got refunds. Like, if I want,
Well, this isn't a refund game. You still get what you
Well,
get.
I will say I
No,
don't
they
hear
were- they
people.
were-
I don't hear people going in droves to get a refund in
Yeah.
this game, though.
they have been offering refunds.
Oh yeah,
as
but they
far as
haven't.
I've
You
heard.
haven't been hearing the news of like No Man's Sky.
Oh,
like
yeah, yeah.
everybody
Yeah.
was going to get a refund. That
Yeah,
was
'cause-
like a news
because
headline.
everyone bought
now,
it.
just recently,
Right.
fucking
No one's
Skull
buying
and
this
Bones. We haven't even mentioned that
Oh,
at
yeah.
all.
Oh yeah,
That
no.
fucking
I just-
nightmare of
I
a
don't-
train wreck.
I don't even care about that game anymore. That game sucks.
Like, you want to talk about bad games
Oh,
of the
yeah.
year.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is nowhere fucking close to that.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Bless America.
Anyway, that's where I stand.
forgot that game came out.
I know.
Exactly.
I know.
I hear everyone like fucking just ripping that game a fucking new one.
I
Okay,
know.
here's
What?
where society is fucked up.
Okay.
IGN
Oh,
gave
no.
gave
IGN.
Here we go.
IGN,
I'm ready for this.
IGN gave Suicide Squad a 5 out of 10. It gave Skull and Bones a 7 out of 10.
Oh yeah, let's trust IGN, people. I love it.
They said Skull and Bones is a maritime. They
I
said
agree with them this time.
they said Skull and Bones is a maritime RPG with a strong foundation, even if it feels like a live service first draft.
Well, you know what? Someone wasn't sucking something when Suicide Squad was.
Suicide Squad came out.
I'll tell you that.
Oh my god, dude.
Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Let us know what you think in the comments.
Wait, I have one more question.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
So your last bullet point here says, if anything, we need to change our vote for $1. We need to stop supporting these types of games. Do you now, having talked about all this, played the game, finished it, do you regret your purchase?
I do.
You do?
I do.
Okay.
I
You don't
wish
think
I
you had
didn't
a good
buy
time
the
with that
deluxe. No, I had some good. There was good
Yeah.
moments in that, and leading
Oh,
up
you
to,
didn't wish you like purchased the extra.
You paid $60, $70 for that game. $60.
I think
Would
I
you
would
regret?
still feel like it was a little too much.
Damn.
Okay.
All right, Brett.
And I might not look. I might not think that when more content comes out, but
Yeah.
I think that's the problem. It's like we put in 20
But do
ish
you-
hours,
Yeah.
and like the fun's over.
Do you think?
I spend $60 on Hell Divers, and I'm like, oh, I got plenty of time left
Yeah.
to put in this game.
So, do you think that it's still going to keep a bad taste in your mouth, even if you jump into the new content? That you'll be super critical on everything.
I'm gonna enjoy the story bits that we're playing.
Okay.
Like I have enjoyed. I mean, like I said in the review, the story is what's kept me going through that
Yeah.
whole game.
Of course.
Now that I beat it, I'm putting it down. There's nothing. There's really nothing, left for me.
Left for you.
So when new content comes out and there's story bits, I'll jump in, play a little bit.
Mm.
You know, maybe I'll get through it. Maybe I won't. I'm not sure yet.
I know you.
We'll see. The question is who's playing Joker?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm stuck on Boomerang so much, dude.
I'm actually kind of excited to play Joker. I saw the Umbrella traversal stuff and it looked kind of
Yeah.
cool.
No.
Yeah.
Anything else, y'all? Anything else?
I don't think it's dead on arrival. That's my own opinion, but yeah,
Yeah, I don't either. I liked
Okay.
it. I enjoyed it.
I'm still enjoying.
Y'all don't know gaming. Gosh.
No,
Listen to
IGN does.
Yeah.
Skull and
Dang
Bones.
it.
I'm trading Suicide Squad for Skull and Bones.
Suicide Squad is filling that hole that Marvel's Avengers left. You know, like that was a game that it was my guilty pleasure, and I love playing that game. And this
Yeah.
is something I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna play it as much, but it definitely will get me like into that world where I can
get you
be
going, huh?
satisfied. Yeah. yeah. Because I got like games like Baldur's Gate that are like intense and long and exciting. And then I got games like the finals for like quick fixes and stuff like that. And this is like,
I've deleted that.
at all. I'm thinking
I'm
about.
not ever
playing.
playing it again. I'm sorry.
wow, what's wrong with y'all people? Y'all
I'll
don't know
play
good games
it. It's
clearly.
just, yeah, no. IGN knows good games though.
Anyway, leave a comment down below with your thoughts about this topic and let us know what you think because we want to know. And I'm sure we'll have another argument at some point in time and it will be fun and I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
Just look at this video in 2025 and let us know.
Watch it be
What
the
was-
best game of the fight, and Austin's like addicted to it.
now.
Yeah, fucking No Man's Sky just brought out another fucking update that was like beautiful looking. And I was like, are you kidding me? They're still supporting that shit. It's crazy.
one of the
Yeah,
few
but
that
you want
survived.
to play the No Fire, whatever the fuck it's called.
Oh yeah, Light No Fire. Fuck yeah. Can't wait.
I'm doing it. You're going to
It's
do it
gonna be
too.
fucking shit,
You're gonna
dude.
do it too.
Just like you weren't gonna play Power World.
I
We
know.
got you in.
Well, I can't wait for your
My what?
DOA for that game.
Oh yeah, no, that'll be a DOA.